right. Good evening. Welcome back to the tavern. And a room at the tavern. What you see here, this is my trailer. And this is where I'm staying the last couple of nights, last night. Went hunting today. It was quite the time going hunting. It was a good time. I hiked around for, a good couple of kilometers anyway. 1.5 kilometers to 2 kilometers, somewhere around there. I tracked it, but I didn't track it appropriately, so I don't have the actual kilometers on it, but I do have the tracking of it. It's a nice area. What did I find? Not a lot. Not a lot of stuff. Found some fresh deer poop and some tracks and places where they'd been bedded down. I need a beer. Where's my beer? Where I light that? My beer is all the way over there. Holy smokes. Go get my beer. I think it's still, it's almost empty. Time for my good beer. Time for my red Sky beer. No, they're not paying me any money. It'd be nice if they were. Even if they were giving me free beer to promote them. It's from Lighthouse Brewery, local brewery here in Vancouver Island. Some of the best beer I've ever had. But I like red beers, and this is a really good red beer. We'll open that in a minute. It was a busy day. Good 1.5 hours, 2 hours of hunting this morning, and a couple hours of driving around on the logging roads. But I figure I'm entitled to a pipe now. Thought I'd do a little bit of chat here. But yeah, get a little gander into my interior world. Something not normally seen. Inside of my little trailer with all my goodies. Well, what few goodies there is, laptop. What's behind me? Oh, wiring stuff, electrical stuff. Doing some repairs to the trailer. Bought this from a buddy of mine a few months back. It's in pretty good shape. Just a couple of minor glitches and irritants with it. Nothing I can't handle. Hazards of having been a mechanic for the first 17 years of my career. What is it with my pipe? Damn thing never lights in the first try. So yeah, I'm just sitting here doing some research, checking my emails. Try to keep up. Since I make my living doing web development, design, mostly hosting. Hosting is my biggest profit business right now. And so I'm got to check in on it, make sure everything's going good. Make sure my tech team is doing their job, keeping it running. Something about a pipe. It's really nice. Probably can't hear it, but it's raining. Pretty decently hard. I was really quite happy today. The hours I spent out hiking through the forest hunting for deer was not raining. It is again October 16th. Oh, October 17th. Holy shit, it's October 17th already. The days just blow by. We're already past the middle of October. So what are we going to do? You know, the tavern, why was it created? The tavern exists for men. Mostly for men. Maybe a few young boys who discover it early enough in their life where they can not make some silly mistakes in their life and go out and do things that make men men. Things that men do that make them men. I don't think these things fit in there. Let's find out. Oh, you can put them in there. Put a few in there crooked. There we go. This trailer has now been christened by me. I don't think it's ever had smoke in it. I know my buddy smoked a pipe, but I don't think he ever smoked in it because of his wife. Fortunately, I do not have one of those. Hell, currently I don't even have a girlfriend. Not that it means all that much anymore. I don't know if there's a woman out there that I'll date. Recently I got bored and thought, you know, maybe I might want to date. But I don't do a lot of things where I actually go and meet women. And that's the thing. You either have to do things where you're going to meet women, be put around women, or you have to check out the online dating sites. Well, initially in my divorce, I went out on dating sites and went on some dates, which were fucking horrendous. Holy crap. The women, false advertising? You want to talk false advertising? Fucking look at the pictures these women put up on their dating profiles and then go out on a date with them and you go like, whoa, woman, did you like put your profile picture up from 20 years ago? Which is what they do. Or they take pictures of themselves at odd angles to make themselves look hotter or thinner than they actually are. You know, if they say curvy in their profile, fat. A couple extra pounds, whoa, land whale, coming through. Oh man, that's so good. So anyway, I was bored. Thought I'd check it out. I had no intentions of actually talking to any of them because there's no point. You've got 100% of the women out there trying to gain 10 to 15% of the men. Now, I might be in the top 20% of men my age, but you know, because I'm over 50, I know I'm not playing the game of the 20 and 30-year-old boys. Not anymore. Been there, done that. I was a top 20% dude in my 20s and 30s. Only I didn't know it. Fuck, if I hadn't known it, I'd have chose a better woman. Both times I got married. So that I would have only got married once. I would have chose a better woman the first time. I didn't know. I got myself a bad case of one-itis. If you don't know what one-itis is, go look it up. One-itis is something guys suffer from. I'll never suffer from that again in my life. Hopefully my boys won't suffer from it either. So, at any rate, back to it. I decided I'd sign up just to see how bad it is out there, to make me feel a little bit better. You know, since I've been single for well over 3 years, and I haven't been on a date in over, actually it's been a year and a half since I took a woman out for a date. It was a good date. Set up with a friend. Her and I got along okay, but I was still over anxious, and I played it wrong. And she was a woman that's not, I wouldn't say not in my league, because she's definitely in my league. She's just not the type of woman I want. Plus, this woman here was going through her own divorce and suffering from her own issues, so I didn't want that drama. Man, this is just giving me grief. Stir it up. Stir it up, pack it down, and light it again. Excuse you. Okay, so here I went to the dating site again, signed up for it, just to see how bad is. There's a lot of fucking desperate women in my age bracket that I want. Like, I'm looking for a woman that's anywhere from 44, 45 on up to maybe 58, 59. I might go to 60, depending on how well she's taking care of herself. I look at these women on here in that age bracket that I'm looking at, and I'm like, oh my freaking God. The walls slam them really, really hard. I'm going to have to lower my standards if I'm going to want to date. And I just can't bring myself to lower my standards. I already know all the good women that I'd want to date. They're still married. Only time I'll get one of them women is when their husband dies, which will probably happen starting about the time I'm 60 years old, which is really kind of comical because, you know, I'll be 60, look like I'm 47, have the energy of a 47-year-old, maybe even younger. And these, I'll jump up into the top 5% of men, because I'm going to be good looking, active, energetic, and able to fuck their brains out. And if you don't think women want to get their brains fucked out in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, you haven't been paying attention to the stats at old folks resorts. Old folks resorts, in particular Florida. Go check them out. They have the highest rates of STDs of any group going, which is just kind of comical. Because these are people that should fucking know better. But what do they care? They can't get pregnant. If they did get pregnant by some miracle, it would be like a, I don't know, miracle pregnancy? Well, I don't know, what is in my tobacco? I'm going to have to learn a little bit about my pipe smoking. I should be able to light it once and then just sit there and puff on it. bubbles like there's water in it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Like I'm spitting a pipe. So, yeah, this didn't go as good as I planned. Actually, I didn't plan it at all. I just wanted to have a little chat and talk. Didn't know where it was going to go. It always goes where it goes. Sometimes I have some really beautiful wisdom. Other times, not so much. That's the way life works. Sometimes you're doing good. Sometimes you're not. I've pretty much come to accept that you get what you get. Although I'd say, you want something, get out there and do the work. Which is what I'm doing right now, doing the work. Learning how to hunt, getting out in the forest, overcoming a fear. I have no idea where it came from. I'm getting over it. Now we're lighting. Ding, 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 ding. Look at that. All right, we'll call it this. See what we got. Huh? Pinky stays on the can. What? All right, that's it. Goodbye. Well, good morning. Welcome back to the tavern. This time we're in the Oasis. Been a fun weekend. I went out hunting yesterday. Didn't get anything, but I did get close, I suppose. You know, fresh deer track, fresh deer poop, places where they'd bedded down for the night. Well, at least I found an area where it looks like I might be able to get one next time I go hunting. So I'll try that area first before I go anywhere else. Get there a little earlier, set up, you know, try to sneak up on them. That might work. You know, that's possible. It looked like a good bedding area for them. At any rate, it is Sunday, October 18th. It is. It's Sunday, October 18th, 2020. And this is a quick tune. After I got back from hunting yesterday, I had to do some clearing in the Oasis. I had to clear out all the tomato plants. I probably collected about 30 or 40 pounds of tomatoes, although the vast majority are green. But we're coming up real quick on our first frost date here, and I wanted to get them harvested before the frost hits. You know, it's been getting down chilly, close to 3 and 4 and 5 at night, so I want to make sure I get it all before it's too late. You know, better some than none. Also, you know, the Oasis is starting to look a little bare and peaked now. We'll give it a quick tour today, just because, to see what it looks like after harvest. I mean, you've seen it go all the way up to the peak, where it was just full green and everything growing. Now there's pretty much nothing left. But anyway, without much further ado, let's go take a quick tour of the Oasis and see what's up. Start here. This is the greenhouse is started. I'll do up a little bit of framing on it today. You know, cleared all the tomato plants from over here. The Black Prince, a very good tomato. I recommend it. It's a nice heritage tomato. Planted all my garlic in various places. I got garlic planted in this bed. I'll be yanking up the fennel root a little later this morning. Got a few things left to do. I'm gonna leave the I'll be leaving the kale. See how long it lasts and how long I can get kale from it. I'll be pulling up any zucchinis that are produced because I don't want them freezing. Pumpkin vine, I'm just gonna let it grow and die. I don't know why. I yanked up the Lemon Boy tomato. Very good tomato. Lots and lots of green ones there. Too bad they weren't all ripe, but hopefully some of them will ripen up and be usable. If not, we'll figure out what to do with green tomatoes. Corn, I haven't yanked all the corn stalks yet. They're just kind of hanging there. I don't know what good they do in winter. All the tomatoes gone from here. I got 3 pepper plants. You know what's funny? I didn't even see it. Underneath this tomato plant, a big bunch of tomatoes that were here, I discovered my California Wonder had produced a bunch of baby bell peppers. It's kind of cool. That one actually is kind of cool. So I got 4 pepper plants to transplant in the pots so I can get them into the greenhouse when it's done. This one here, this bed here where the achochas and the tomatoes were, it's completely cleared now. I've got some roots to dig up, chew in some stuff. I'll get that pepper plant out of there, my Anaheim chili. Produced a really good Anaheim chili pepper. But as you can see, everything's starting to go bare. I harvested up all of the spaghetti squash. In total, 3 spaghetti squash plants produced me 15 spaghetti squashes. That's not bad. That's 15 extra meals, you know, that I don't have to go to the grocery store for. You know, combine that with the 17 pints of tomato sauce that I've 17 500 milliliter jars of tomato sauce that I've made. And, you know, that's a lot of stuff. I'm going to save on my grocery bill decently this winter. Broccoli, it's still chewing along here, man. Putting up little buds. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I will be doing that again next year with the broccoli plant. Just let it go. And we've still got raspberries coming off here. There's actually a couple that are edible here, so I'll take those as my morning snack. There we go. Let's see if we can get a nice good shot in here. Yeah, look at that. Surprised the raspberry's still producing. Uh-oh, that was bad. Don't eat it. Yep, 1 tomato plant I missed yesterday. We'll just let that one go. Oh God, geese. Look at that, a perfect V. Got lettuce growing. We'll leave that growing. See how long into winter we can get lettuce. The lettuce likes that. Mustard is doing really well. I got to crop out the seeds on here, the seed pods, so, and get them. Broccoli, or not broccoli, Brussels sprouts. I like Brussels sprouts. Not very many people in my family do, but I do. I'm weird. Carrots, so you can see, it's not big as growing green. Now the apple, I don't think I ever covered. We picked that apple, we cut that apple and ate that apple, and it's a really tasty apple. A little on the tart side, but very, very nice. It's called a wine sap apple. And hopefully next year, with all the stuff I've done for the tree this year, it will produce more than one. Same with the cherry tree. Hopefully it'll produce more than a handful. Plums, I know they'll produce. Yeah, plums are like a bloody weed in this yard, I swear to God. I'm pulling them up everywhere. In fact, there's a little proof of that. Where is it? Did I pull them up? As I was pulling things up, I found these plum trees things in the middle of the garden. I found them in the middle of a thing. Yeah, no, I must have pulled them up. Yeah, it's like plum trees. I keep finding the plum trees growing everywhere. This yard here, they're a bloody weed, plain and simple. And that's because of this giant plum tree there. The fact that those 2 plum trees were just huge and massive too. You know, one over there, two more over here. You know, it's just everywhere in this yard. Not that we don't like plums, it's just that it's just like, oh, man, insane. So, lots going on for cleanup, preparing for winter time, putting it all to bed, and really, that's all we got. Let's go see if that bee is still stuck on the flower. Yeah, he's still, I think he might be dead. Might be a dead bee. I've seen him move a couple of times, but he's been stuck there ever since the rains were hitting. He came in late. Hopefully he has enough food to survive and eventually get back to moving. If not, I'm sorry, bee. It's the way nature goes sometimes. Sometimes it's really nice, sometimes it's a cruel taskmaster. Okay, so, and these are the pepper plants that I have transplanted so far. I've gotten 3. Got some nice peppers off of these 3 plants. They didn't get real big, but they produced me some really nice peppers. And what else do we got going? That's it. Got the deck. Deck in the, go get up here on the deck. All the vinyl, which is really nice. We got to do up against the wall still, just a little bit, but that's way under the eave, so it stays nice and dry there. Got the door in there, which is nice. It's a nice looking door. Better looking than the hole in the wall it was. Yeah, on the whole, I'd say it's been a very productive summer in the Oasis. Very productive summer. Not efficiently productive, but productive. Next year, it will be efficient. I will make sure it's an efficiently productive summer next year by planting plants where they're supposed to, companions, better mulching so the watering is down to almost 0. I'd like to be able to water at the maximum once every 2 or 3 weeks. You know, I did notice when I was yanking up tomato plants, I succeeded in getting them to send out massive roots. So, which is important for the tomatoes, which is probably why I got such a good abundance. And the trick I heard about doing that with your tomatoes is when you set them, deep water them, and then leave them for several days to a week. It forces them to send it out, and then you deep water them again. And by deep water, we're not just talking come by with your faucet and squirt the surface. You make sure you hold that water on that plant for a good 2 or 3 minutes, putting 2 or 3 inches of water so it goes all the way down to the soil, down deep. And that's what I discovered. So it seemed to have worked. So I'll pull that trick off again next year. Let's see where else we got. That's it. We got a lot accomplished. We got our woodshed built. Got the greenhouse started. We got the deck pretty much complete. It's about 80%, 90% complete. It's vinyl. We got that just in time for the weather. We got some trimming to do to it. We got the railings to build on it. Once the trim and the rail's done, then we can get it inspected. And from there, we can start moving on with all the other things we got going. All right, that's the Oasis and where it sits right now. I will catch you all later, and I don't know if I'll get any video of me working this weekend, but we'll add some other stuff in here. Got some trim places here and there. Birds. Anyway, have yourselves a good one.